So we just uploaded the first video on this whole journey. Looking back at it, there's a lot of things that I want to change, but it's all good. Just like where we ended off in the last video, we're dedicating the whole day to strictly studying. Right now, we're picking up on lesson 8 in module 10. We're going over the monitoring, compliance, and governance in the AWS cloud. I'm going to speak a little more on how the modules work because I realized I didn't really speak on it too much. We're going to hit a study session and I'll pick up afterwards. So the way the practitioner course is set up, there's modules and then there's lessons. Each lesson there'll be a quick video for you to watch. Right after the video, you'll scroll down and then just kind of cover whatever the video was explaining. But you do have to pay attention to both. I wouldn't recommend just watching the videos and skipping the text below because one of them is going to have something that the other one is missing. I caught that kind of early because my plan was maybe to watch the video, take notes, and then just skip the text. Just pay attention because you will miss a lot of good information. I switched it up, but now I kind of have a good groove on how I'm taking notes on this stuff. So I will watch the video through, take good notes there, and leave me some space off to the side because when I read the text, there's going to be some additional information on there. So make sure, you leave yourself some room. If you're writing this all out by hand, that's the way I'm doing it. That's the way I'm used to. I'm not really good with taking notes on the laptop. I like physically writing it down. The amount of lessons there's going to be in each module is a little bit different. Right now I'm doing the 10th module and that one has 12. There's a few that have like 15. The very last lesson is a summary. The last one doesn't really count. You don't really have to take notes on anything. The one before it is the assessment, which is the quiz. So whatever lesson you're seeing, if it's at a 12, you really only have to do 10. Because the 11th is going to be the quiz. The 12th is just like a summary. And it has a couple links to learn more about the subjects. As far as like how long each module takes, what I'm kind of realizing for me, it takes about an hour for each lesson. Maybe a little bit less because for me, this is completely new. If you have at least some idea what this stuff is like, then it's going to be a lot faster for you. But for me, not knowing anything, it is taking me about an hour each lesson, maybe a little bit less. Now it's getting tougher. The sessions are getting longer. I'm not breezing through these lessons like how I was in the beginning. Now, this is what I'm taking right here, guys. Is the AWS Cloud Practitioner Essentials. I'll just scroll down a little bit. These are the number of modules, right? 1, 2, 3, all of those. I did a good amount of them. I am on 10 right now. And we have 11, 12, 13, and then, feedback and achievements. And then after finishing up the 13th, we're going to start taking the practice exam. And then from there, we're going to take the full exam, which I believe costs $100. It max $300, but that's what we're going to be taking at the end of all these modules. And so this is what it looks like. Module 10, monitoring compliance and governance in the AWS cloud. You might have heard me talk about that module in the last video. And we are on lesson 9 of 12. But remember, we're going to do this lesson and then lesson number 10. And after that, it should be the quiz and then just the summary of the whole module. So we really only have 9 and 10 to go. And this is how it's set up. Again, I don't know if I'm going to get copyrighted for this. But, oh, look, on this one, there is no video. Usually right underneath here, right, you'll see a video pop up, and then this is when the text shows up, this text right here, right? So, but on this one, looks like we got lucky. There is no video. So we're just going to do this one and then lesson number 10, then we'll take the quiz and I'll show you guys what that looks like. Okay, so we're on the last lesson. This is 10 of 12, and I just wanted you guys to see what I was talking about when I said that in the beginning, there's a video, they give you a quick little paragraph here. And then is the video. Let's see how long this one is. It's going to be 5 minutes, 11 seconds. After the video is over, you go down into this description down here. Right? It's text. And after that, you'll have a quick little test your skills. And then after that, you'll hit here. And then you'll get right into the assessment. It says it right there, lesson 11. So we're going to go through this last lesson here, and then we'll get to that quiz/assessment. So we're going to take the assessment for module 10. You only need to get an 80% to pass it. So this is going to be my first try. I'm going to try not to look at the notes, but if I have to, I will. All right, so we finished up the assessment. I did miss one question. So we got a 91%, but I do want to find out what the answer is to that one. So we're going to go back and take the assessment again. Okay, so we went back and we took the assessment, got the question right that we got wrong on the last one, and we got 100% on this. So let's go to lesson 12. I want you guys to see that this is going to be the summary after every assessment. This is kind of what it looks like. It's just a recap, and then resources to look into the things that you covered in the module, right? And then after that, you go back to your course details. Now we're going to be taking the module 11, pricing and support. So brand new module. We're going to start it up, but we're going to take a little break, come back, and then hopefully run through the entirety of this module by the end of today. All right, so we made it to the end of module 11, which was the plan, and it's only 8:25 p.m. So that's good. But honestly, I feel like after this module, I might not go any longer. I just kind of want to enjoy the rest of the night, and I don't want to start anything new and then maybe forget it tomorrow. So I think this is where we're going to end it, but we're going to start this assessment. So we ended up missing 2 questions on this one. We got an 80%, which is still passing, but we're obviously going to go back and retake the test, and make sure we get 100% on it. So we ended up getting the question wrong again, and so I finally went back and I got it right. So we got 100%, and we're going to move on to module 12, but I think we're just going to leave that for tomorrow. So now that we're pretty close towards the end of all of the modules and wrapping up and getting ready for the exam, just kind of reflect on everything that I've learned. You know, you're going to hear a lot of the same thing, like EC2 instances. They'll talk about the elastic load balancers. Sometimes I'll forget about those. The EBS, which is the, I don't even remember what that is. I'm not sure if I'm the only one who feels like this, but yeah, I mean, a lot of the terms that I hear, I don't remember exactly what they are. I mean, they're definitely in the notes. I can easily go look them up, and maybe I'll get a refresher and I'll be fine. But yeah, I'm not really retaining a lot of the information. I'm passing the assessments pretty easily. I'm not struggling there. But, you know, during the practice exam, you know, I'm going to give that a really good run through, and I'm going to read through all my notes. I wonder how everyone else was like feeling during this moment. You know, if they're feeling secure, like, oh man, this is too much that I took on, or maybe a lot of people are feeling the same way. I don't know, but that's just kind of me reflecting on this. We got 2 more to go. I don't see why I can't finish up the module tomorrow, and then the next module the day after, and then maybe I'll take this Christmas Day, my little Christmas present to myself, you know. And maybe one more thing that I kind of want to say is that definitely the middle modules, the second half of the middle modules, those are really long. I struggled getting through those. Those are the most difficult ones. So far, module number 11, pretty easy. Just running through is just pricing. Module number 10 was also pretty easy. I'm hoping these last 2 pretty easy too. And if so, then we can just really focus on the second half of the middle ones, because that's where I struggled the most. I think that's where a lot of the information maybe kind of got lost. So hopefully we'll see. But that's something I wanted to mention to anyone that's getting ready to go through the practitioner. That's what maybe you can expect. All right, good morning. It is December 23rd. I don't even know what day of the week it is. It's Tuesday. It is 9:05 a.m. We got some pretty good news. I think in the last video I told you guys that I had gotten this sales job starting January 5th. Yesterday I got an email and said that they're canceling the whole hiring process, not just for me, but the whole group of us that they had hired that day. And now I can focus on taking these exams for the school, because I'm not sure if I had mentioned it, but I had some exams scheduled for that very same day at the same hour to see if I can get hired at the schools. I had decided not to go to take those exams. Instead, I was just going to go to the sales job. But since that got taken away, now I can really focus in on those school jobs. So I'm going to be taking some typing tests right now. I got to get my speed up, because they're going to be testing us. I think it's like a 5-minute test. Afterwards, we're going to focus the majority of today on 12th and 13th module. I'm thinking today I should be able to get through the 12th, at the very least one, But I don't know, maybe I can knock out both. And the plan is to take this exam on Christmas Day. I think that'll be a cool little gift for myself. So we're gonna just do some typing certificates really quick, nothing crazy, and then get right into setting. And so for anyone who maybe is only watching this video and didn't see the one before, my plan is to get a job at either the schools, the hospitals, or the city, where I can be doing that in the meantime as I'm getting certified through AWS. So I figure by the time I do get certified, I can transition into those roles a lot easier because they do tend to hire within and not so much from the outside. And I'm not sure how long I would be there for, but I figured worst case scenario, I don't continue with the cloud engineer role, or maybe it just doesn't work out. I at least land a good entry job at the schools or the hospitals or the city, and I could just move my way up there and make a good living anyways. And so the majority of this channel, it is going to be following my cloud journey, specifically through AWS, getting certified and how I'm setting for it. But it's also going to be following my specific journey when it comes to making a whole career change coming from sales into the cloud industry. So from getting my specific plan of landing a job at the schools, the hospitals, or the city. So I'll be talking a little bit about that, which is why I mentioned, the typing test that I'm taking this morning. All right, guys, so we did pretty good. Module number 12 was a little shorter than the other ones, and I took a little bit longer than maybe I should have. I took a few breaks. I went to get something to eat. We're here at the assessment. It's still really early. Honestly, it's like about the same time I would normally start my study sessions, only because before this I would be like applying for entry-level jobs at the schools, the hospitals, the city. But I kind of took a break from that, so and I got started earlier. All right, guys, so we just finished the assessment. We did get every single one of them correct, but I did have to research one of the questions, and it kind of got me. It was the AWS Cloud Adoption Framework, also known as AWS CAF. It was talking about the 6 different perspectives, and it gave me the scenario of the migration team wants to make sure the organization considers a company-wide change management strategy for successful cloud adoption, which cloud adoption framework, also known as CAF, perspective would they use. So you have the business, you have the people, you have the operations, then you had another one else too. But I thought it was going to either be business or operations. It turned out to be people, so I would have got it wrong either way. But with that being said, we did get 100% on this assessment, and now we are going to do the summary here. I usually don't look at these. I don't think anyone really does. We are at the last module, number 13, well-architected solutions. So here we go, module 13, well-architected solutions. Been waiting for this. I remember when I was here on the first 2, looking at the blank shapes here and thinking, man, I don't know when I'm gonna get there. Now we're finally here. So we got a few lessons. There's really 1, 2, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. Wow, we should be done with this. I could do this in the next hour or 2. I think, you know what? We're gonna knock it out today. We made it to the end of the whole course. I'm about to start the assessment for module 13. I thought about this day, when it would come. It's December 23rd, 6:56 p.m. I'll go back and I'll check the date when I actually started this whole course, but we're definitely ahead of schedule. My plan was to be ready by the end of the new year. We're a couple days early. So we're going to start this assessment. Hopefully, I'm not going to look at the notes. We'll see what we get at the end, but feeling really good. All right, I'm not going to lie. This one kind of got me. It had a few things in there that maybe I just didn't write down, or maybe it just didn't cover it. But I had to retake it twice, and I ended up getting 100% on it. We figured out the answers, but that's a wrap. So let's go to this module summary. And there you go. Like Thanos, collecting all of these right here. And I'm telling you, when you're looking at this one here, the EC2 instance, the computing one, and you're seeing all these right here, they're black and white. And as you go along, they start getting the color to them. But it's so intimidating looking at these black and whites, and little by little, you start seeing the color add to them, and you're just like, man, it makes you want to keep on going. But this is what it looks like right here. Oh, we got a video, the conclusion. So I'm gonna watch this really quick. Look at that. That is so cool. December 23rd, 2025, 7:12 p.m. It'll forever be documented, man. This is only just the beginning. So anyone starting out, man, just keep going, keep going. So yeah, man, we finished up the course. So just so I'm clear and you guys understand, I didn't take the exam yet. This is only just the course. I'm gonna take the rest of the night off. Tomorrow, I'm probably gonna go through the practice exam and go through my notes. And then I think I might do the exam on Christmas Day. Why not? You know, a little present to myself. That's where we're at right now. We're still not done. Got a little more to go, but we're almost there. Now, if I had to give a kind of a rundown of what that course was like, in the beginning, you pick up on it pretty fast and you think it's gonna be like that the whole time. You're like, hey, I'm pretty smart, you know, I'm picking up on the first couple modules pretty easily. It's not too complicated. In the middle section, it gets really tough, I'm not gonna lie. At least it was for me. Remember, I don't have a background in IT. The last 2 modules, you know, you run through them pretty fast. By the time you know it, you got the certificate. But there's some good information in there. So although it's fast, make sure you're paying attention. And again, you don't want to just watch the video and then skip the text. Recommend you paying attention to both because you can miss a lot of information there. As far as like, what do I feel I learned? You do learn the fundamentals. And at the end, one of the last videos, it does tells you there, like, don't feel bad if maybe you don't remember every single thing. No one's really expecting you to be a professional. And that's kind of how I feel. Came on a quick run just to kind of clear my head. Let pressures of the past couple weeks kind of release a little bit, you know. We got some more work to do, but just had to come get a run and clear my mind. Give me a new motivation. And we took a little break. I hope everyone had a Merry Christmas, spent it with your family, with your loved ones. Hope you guys had a great time. We're not gonna try to take too many days off. We only got a couple more days left in the year, so we're gonna get right back into it. Got a couple updates for you guys. So what I went ahead and did is I took the practice test. There is a couple practice tests on there. There's a couple short versions, and then there's the main practice test, which is about an hour and a half. So I took that yesterday just to see where I was at, and I did not go over any of the notes. And this is coming off a couple days from a break for the holidays. I took the practice test. I did not pass, just so you guys know. So if anyone was expecting to maybe pass on the first one or maybe expecting me to pass it on the first one, I didn't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over my notes. I am going to take the practice test again after going over my notes, see how much better I do. So you guys can see I ended up getting a 650 on my first attempt without going over my notes. I did fail. There are 65 questions in this practice exam, and they give you about an hour and a half to take the whole thing. On another topic, we got an exam scheduled for this coming Monday on the 29th. This is going to be for the role as a student data technician at the Paramount Unified School District. Now, it's not exactly cloud related, but it is going to be a good stepping stone if I am able to secure that position. And then eventually I can, you know, fulfill the role as a cloud engineer there. And as a student data technician, all it really is just inputting the information for students, their grades, their attendance, personal information, things like that. So we got that scheduled for Monday on the 29th, which is in 2 days. So I didn't get a chance to go through my notes and take the practice test again like I wanted to. I'm most likely just going to leave that for tomorrow. I'm going to take the rest of the day just to get ready for the exam I have scheduled for tomorrow for the school district. But that's a wrap on the second video. I'll see you guys next week.